Well, I think what happened last year is we had a number of injuries. We had some very good players last year, and they played very, very hard. And as a group, I thought that they hung together very well, but if you take a look at it, that there were different names and actually different positions almost every game. And this year we've been able to remain relatively healthy, and when you've got a guy like Stephen Greer, Roy Reynolds, and Aaron Talaferro that step up and are able to play every game and give you big plays, then you have a chance to be a good defense. I know that sounds elementary, but it is just really the truth. Steve had a great play in the goal line stand at Maryland. In the very next play, Aaron Talaferro had a great play on the goal line against Maryland. And the goal line against Florida State, both those players had terrifically great plays. So they step up, they have a lot of tackles. Linebackers are supposed to have a lot of tackles. It means an awful lot.
Michael Dyer's suspension, how big of a blow is that going to be to Auburn's offense?
Well, you know, they have two other really great tailbacks. Let's see, McCallum. Now, let me tell you what. Now that guy can run. He's at about 500. I think he's about 550 with 5 yards a carry. And then the other young player that they have there, I believe is Frazier. He's 5.2 yards per carry. I believe he's had about 20 plus carries, at least that's what we have. And these are well over 100 yards. So, you know, they've got a very, very talented, deep group of very fast tailbacks. And McCaleb, I believe you can check on it, but I believe he's also the leading receiver. I believe he's got 32 catches, about 8 to 10 yards a catch, along with Blake, their wide receiver, number 80. So, I mean, it's a very talented, skilled group that can do both, is what I'm saying. They can run and they can catch.
Talk about the challenge of having 3-4 weeks to prepare for a team. I guess that you probably like that, but then they have 3-4 weeks to prepare for you as well.
Well, I tell you, you know, everybody says that, but I believe if you check with Auburn and most of the other teams, the reason you're in a position to be in a bowl game is that you have good players. In order to have good players, you got to go out and you got to roll your sleeves up and go to work and recruit. So, you know, we've been trying to make a balance of recruiting and preparation. Now, the last couple of 3 days, 4 days to a week or so, actually about 4 days, we've been out of finals. But when you practice during finals, your message to your ball club is make sure you take care of your academic work. So we had guys, some, you know, missing practice because of an exam or a mandatory study group. So there's been challenges maybe different than what you might expect when you ask that question. There's been recruiting, a balance of recruiting, a balance of academics. So really our preparation for our entire focus now has just been the last about 4 days when we've cleared the final exams.
I'm sorry.
Well, and so that's.
So you haven't been watching Auburn film around the clock, you personally?
Myself, well, when I haven't been recruiting, I've been watching Auburn film around the clock. See, there's the bags under these eyes proof.
So similarly to that, I guess, where's the balance between developing the young players and preparing to beat Auburn and what that would mean?
Well, I tell you, I thought Coach London did a great job. We came back from recruiting, and all we did was prepare our young players for 3 practices. I believe it was a Wednesday, Thursday, and a Friday. In the last about 20 minutes of the Friday scrimmage, we had officials there, and we had a full scrimmage. And
is that the Weenie Bowl?
Well, yeah, you know, it's a scrimmage of great young men that have supplied a look for the other team, and you know, and we hold them in high esteem. But regardless of that, you know, some of the redshirt players and some of the players that haven't played an awful lot on offense and defense can now, as we enter in the spring, watch themselves on videotape, make great plays, and also see where they have to improve. But it turned out to be great. I mean, really, really, really terrific. And it was a great use of time to prepare for some young players. But then the next week, we started back with the players that have played all year and getting them prepared for the bowl game against Auburn.
Obviously, you've coached an assortment of levels and settings and whatever. When was your last bowl game?
Was 2004 in Champs Bowl down in Orlando with Syracuse. Is that right? 2004. You know, sometimes you
What do you think about the?
we played Georgia Tech. Yeah.
What do you think of bowls? I mean, you.
Oh, I think they're great. It's a great reward. It's something that in Division 1A football you look forward to. The players look forward to. It gives you a goal and an objective for the season. Not everybody can win the championship in the ACC or the SEC, but you know you can strive to make a major bowl. And that was one of the objectives of the season as we went in, and that's what a lot of the players were working hard to get. Certainly we wanted to be the #1 team in the nation. Certainly we wanted to be the ACC champion, and certainly we wanted to go to the best bowl we possibly could. So it's a
You spent a lot of
success.